First up, an elderly couple who was in fact crashed to death by a bus on the Mysore road flyover on Tuesday while they were trying to navigate around a pothole. Another couple, Pavitra and George, also fell victim to the same killer pothole. Thankfully, they survived, but they sustained serious injuries. The criminal apathy of authorities did not end there. The police forced them to run from pillar to post when they tried to register an FIR against the Bengaluru civic body. In fact, they tried to hush up the matter there by calling it a hit-and-run accident. They are now being pestered to bring eyewitnesses to the accident in order to corroborate their statement. Shrija joining us now with the phone line. Shrija, this particular couple who went and in fact got into the very same pothole that had claimed the life of an elderly couple 2 days ago is now seeking to file a case against the civic body, and they are not being allowed to do so. They are being harrowed and asking to bring eyewitnesses who saw them fall over that pothole.
Right, in fact, remember how Mysore now was along with the family members to register an FIR, and in fact we were also made to wait for almost 2.5 hours, not before the FIR was registered at Chamrajpet police station. They were also made to run from one police station to the another, and while we understand that all these sub-inspectors of various police stations, that is a Chikpet police station and the Chamrajpet traffic police station, were asking the couple, saying that this does not fall under limits. Now remember, since the beginning, since the day of their fall in the pothole, that they've been grievously injured. Since then, they have been, in fact, harassed by the police officers, asking them to bring the eyewitnesses to the same place where, in fact, they had met with an accident. From the day one, they have been made to run from pillar to post. They've been made for 2.5 hours before registering an FIR. And the reasons given by the sub-inspector from Chamrajpet police station is the server was down, and that is exactly why it took them so long to register an FIR. And then asked the couple why should they register an FIR when they have already registered with the traffic police, because remember, the traffic police that they could register only hit and run case. But the couple wanted to register another case against the BBMP. But in fact, the reaction coming in from the police inspector was very shocking, because they were very reluctant to register a complaint as far as BBMP is concerned. So the question that we need to ask at this point in time is, who is Bengaluru police really protecting? Is it those in power, or is it the common man?
Absolutely, Shrija, and those visuals that we are showing on our television screens, we see that you are accompanying that particular couple inside the Chamrajpet police station. Did you have a word with the police officials now, and what are they saying? Are they agreeing to file an FIR against the BBMP now?
Well, in fact, they have already filed an FIR against the BBMP. This is almost after mirror now. We did accompany the couple, and only nearly after waiting for 2 hours, the FIR was lodged, because we did question the police inspectors as to what are the reasons behind that they're failing to register an FIR. But however, they were forced to register. But then after that, after we have got that FIR copy, but we understand they have been calling the couple and pestering the couple, saying bring more eyewitnesses so that we can actually send the notice to the BBMP as well. Otherwise, this entire case will fail before the court as well, is what, in fact, the sub-inspector is trying to communicate with the couple.
What's important to note here, Shrija, is that this incident happened due to the very same pothole that claimed the life of this elderly couple just 2 days ago, and despite assurances being made by the BBMP and other authorities that pothole still exists perhaps, and no action really is being seen on ground.
Right, no reason. We understand that any action has been initiated against any of the officers. Remember that under BBMP, the civic body in Bengaluru, they have about assistant engineers who are deployed to look after the road infrastructure. But remember now, that also has not been done. Under who was the contractor looking after this particular flyover? They have also not been penalized. Remember that we understand that over the last couple of years, not a single contractor has still been penalized for the mistakes that they have committed. Remember, this is not the first time that we are seeing a pothole death. Over the last couple of years, we have seen how many more and more deaths has occurred only due to pothole, and the only source responsible here is the BBMP. All that the BBMP mayor, in fact, every time that they come out in the media and talks, is that we will take care of it, we will cover up the pothole. But however, no action is initiated on ground.
Shrija, we leave it at that. Thanks for getting us those inputs. In fact, Mirror now accompanied Pavitra and George, as you're seeing on your television screens, when they went to the police station to file a complaint and witnessed the harassment firsthand. First, they were made to wait for 2.5 hours, as Shrija was pointing towards, for registering an FIR, and then they were told to bring witnesses to prove that this was not a hit-and-run accident. Listen into what they had to tell us.
ನಿನ್ನೆ 7 o'clock 6:30ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟೆ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟು ಇದಾದ್ರ ಚಿಕ್ಕಪೇಟೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮದು ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಜಾಗ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಚಾರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ಇದು, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾವು 6:15ಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ತೊಗೊಳಂದ್ರು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು.
ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರು
ಅವರು? 2 hours ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. 2 hours ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು. ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಪೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಸರ್, ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಂಗೂ 2.5 hours ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಏನಿದ್ರು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ರಸ್ನವರು ಬರೀ ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಮಾತ್ರ, ನಮ್ಮದು BBMP ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.